Do you often feel overwhelmed at work? It's a question that resonates with many of us. The continuous cycle of meetings, deadlines, and expectations can leave us feeling stressed and, well, overwhelmed. This isn't just about feeling tired or frazzled. It's about the impact on our productivity, our mental health, and our overall quality of life. You see, when we're constantly in a state of stress, our work suffers. Creativity gets stifled, our focus gets blurred, and we're just not able to give our best. But more than that, our mental health takes a hit. Anxiety, depression, burnout, these aren't just buzzwords. They're real issues that can stem from feeling constantly overwhelmed at work. So what's the solution? It's called self-care. It's not just about spa days or yoga classes, though those can be part of it. It's about taking care of ourselves in the midst of our workday, in the midst of our tasks, in the midst of our overwhelm. Overwhelm at work is a common issue, but you have the power to change it with self-care. What does self-care mean to you? It's a question we often hear but seldom take the time to truly consider. Let's delve into that. Self-care at its core is about taking care of oneself. A simple concept, but one that holds profound significance when it comes to maintaining a balance between our work and personal life. It's about being aware of our needs and making sure we're meeting them. Now, you might be thinking, self-care? Isn't that indulging in spa days, fancy vacations, or lavish dinners? While these activities can certainly be part of self-care, they only scratch the surface. In reality, self-care encompasses far more than just these occasional indulgences. Self-care is about the small, daily actions that can improve our well-being. It's about ensuring we're eating balanced meals, getting enough sleep, and staying active. It's about taking a moment to breathe deeply when we're feeling stressed or overwhelmed. It's about setting boundaries and understanding that it's okay to say no sometimes. It's about valuing ourselves enough to prioritize our health and happiness. These actions might seem trivial, but they can have a significant impact on our overall well-being. They can help us feel more energized, focused, and productive. They can reduce stress, improve our mood, and boost our mental health. They can even make us more resilient in the face of challenges. So why is self-care particularly important in the context of work? Well, in today's fast-paced world, where we're often juggling multiple responsibilities and facing constant pressure to perform, it's all too easy to neglect our own needs. But ignoring self-care can lead to burnout, decreased productivity, and poor health. That's why it's crucial to incorporate self-care into our daily routines. It doesn't have to be anything elaborate or time-consuming. It can be as simple as taking a 5-minute break to stretch, enjoying a healthy snack, or making sure we're drinking enough water. Self-care is about making small, manageable changes to your daily routine to improve your overall well-being. It's about recognizing that taking care of ourselves is not a luxury, but a necessity. It's about understanding that we can't pour from an empty cup. And most importantly, it's about realizing that we are worth it. How can you practice self-care at work, you might ask? Well, let's break it down into manageable steps. Picture this. You're in your workspace, whether that's at home, in an office, or somewhere in between. The first step towards self-care is recognizing that you're not a machine. You're a human being, and like all humans, you need regular breaks. So, the first step is to schedule your day in a way that allows for these breaks. Instead of back-to-back meetings, try the 50-minute rule. This means ending your meetings 10 minutes before the hour, giving you that precious 10-minute break to stretch, grab a coffee, or simply decompress. Don't underestimate the power of these short breaks. They can do wonders for your mental health and productivity. Now on to the second step, setting boundaries. This can be challenging, especially in today's hyper-connected world, but it's essential for your well-being. Define your work hours and stick to them. If you're working from home, create a physical boundary between your workspace and your living space. This can help create a mental boundary between your work life and your personal life. Next up, let's talk about prioritizing tasks. Ever heard of the Eisenhower matrix? It's a simple tool that helps you decide what tasks to focus on. It divides tasks into 4 categories: urgent and important, important but not urgent, urgent but not important, and neither urgent nor important. Focus on the tasks in the first category, delegate the ones in the third, and try to eliminate the ones in the last. This way, you're not just busy, but also productive. The fourth step is maintaining a healthy lifestyle. This might seem unrelated to work, but it's actually crucial for your overall performance. Get enough sleep, eat well-balanced meals, and get regular exercise. These habits can boost your energy levels, improve your focus, and reduce stress. Remember, Your physical health directly affects your mental health, and both are critical for your career success. Now let's talk about the importance of communication. If you're feeling overwhelmed, don't hesitate to communicate this to your team or manager. It's okay to ask for help or delegate tasks. After all, teamwork makes the dream work, right? The final step is to practice mindfulness. This doesn't mean you have to meditate for hours. Even a few minutes of focused breathing can help. The goal is to be present in the moment rather than worrying about the past or the future. This can help reduce stress and increase your overall satisfaction with your work. Remember, self-care isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. It's about taking care of your physical, mental, and emotional health so you can perform at your best. It's not about being selfish, but about being self-aware. It's about recognizing your limits and respecting them. It's about understanding that you can't pour from an empty cup. You need to take care of yourself first in order to take care of others. By incorporating these steps into your workday, you can significantly improve your work-life balance. So, go ahead and give it a try. You might be surprised at the difference it can make. What might stop you from practicing self-care at work? It's a question we must address honestly, as there are numerous potential hurdles that could get in the way. For instance, a packed schedule or a high-pressure boss can make it seem impossible to carve out time for yourself during the workday. Firstly, let's consider the obstacle of a busy schedule. It's easy to feel like there's simply no time for anything beyond work. But remember this, time is not found, it's made. The key is effective time management. Start by evaluating your workday. Are there tasks that can be delegated? Are there inefficiencies that can be streamlined? Are you perhaps a victim of the perfectionist trap, spending too much time on tasks that don't require it? By assessing and adjusting how you spend your time, you can create those precious pockets of time for self-care. Moving on to the next hurdle, a demanding boss. This can be a tricky one. However, assertive communication is the solution here. It's important to be able to express your needs in a respectful yet firm manner. If your workload is unrealistic or the expectations are too high, it's crucial to have a conversation about it. Remember, it's not about confrontation, it's about negotiation. You're advocating for your well-being and productivity. A good boss will understand that you can't pour from an empty cup. There may also be other obstacles unique to your situation. Maybe it's a noisy work environment, or perhaps it's a lack of support from colleagues. Each obstacle is valid, and each requires its own solution. It could be noise-canceling headphones for the former, or seeking out a mentor or ally for the latter. The point is, every obstacle can be overcome with the right approach. It might take courage, it might take creativity, but it's always worth it. Because self-care isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. It's what enables us to show up as our best selves every day. Overcoming obstacles to self-care may be challenging, but it is absolutely possible and essential for your well-being. What difference can self-care make in your work life? A lot, actually. Let's take a quick recap. We've talked about the overwhelming nature of work, understood what self-care is, and explored steps to practice it at work. We've also looked at how to overcome obstacles that might stand in our way. Now let's talk impact. Self-care at work is like a ripple in a pond. It starts with you, but then it expands, reaching every aspect of your work life. It could mean the difference between feeling stressed out and feeling capable, between just surviving the workday and actually thriving. Practicing self-care at work can lead to increased productivity. It can improve your mental health, reducing stress and anxiety. It can even lead to better job satisfaction. You might find you're not just happier at work, but happier in life. Self-care at work is not a luxury, but a necessity. It's time to make it a priority in your work life.